Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just thought now is a good time to share my reading week with you. Overall, in August, my work has gone back to a normal, even if things are not looking that great. So basically that means I have less time to read, but I managed to finish 2 books last week, hence the update. So as I have mentioned in my previous reading update video, I will quickly share my last read book, my current read, and the book that I am planning to read next. So it basically follows the format of a WWW Wednesday book meme, which I have already updated in my blog, but I cannot call this Wednesday meme because, well, I'm recording it on a Saturday. Anyway, so the books I finished last week are Thin Girls by Diana Clark and Media Queen by Michelle Pratt. Thin Girls by Diana Clark is a debut literary fiction novel about the twin sisters Rose and Lily. The book mainly talks about body shaming. It explores queer relationships and toxic diet culture. But the main theme of the book is body shaming, and going into the book, I really thought that I am not a thin person. I am more of a plus-sized person, so I thought there won't be much for me to relate to it. But the book talks about body shaming a lot, not just anorexia. It talks about the normalization of body shaming culture in the society. Sometimes we don't even realize it ourselves. We might have done it to other people, or other people might have done it to us. I was really surprised how much I could connect to the book, and I really enjoyed it. So the next book that I finished is Media Queen by Michelle Pratt. This is the second book in the Hollyanna series. I didn't read the first book, Goodbye Newsroom, but I don't think there is much of a continuity in this book. Even so, I would say I would have related to a few characters more if I had read that book, but I didn't know that this is the second book. Anyway, I had fun. I enjoyed this book. It was entertaining, but I didn't exactly love the book. I would probably check out the first book just so I could get more insight about a few characters. The book is about the cutthroat field of publishing magazines and how it evolved over the time. So we follow the character named Jordan Fairweather, and the book is basically about how she reached the top, the controversies, and will it lead to her downfall or not. So those are the 2 books that I finished reading. The book that I am reading right now is The Legend of Suheldev, the King Who Saved India by Amish. So I have been following Amish Tripadi's book since the day of the Immortals of Meluha series. I really enjoy the spiritual and rational aspect of the book, the philosophies mainly. I'm not really a great fan of the action in the book, but I still love how action is incorporated in his books generally. Legend of Suheldev is basically about this king who united those small kingdoms of India who were divided by their own differences based on caste, religion, and he united them against the Turkish army during the Battle of Bahraik. I have read about 100 pages in the book. It is quite graphic and violent, that much I can say, but there are a lot of things that I think can be either viewed as controversial, or people could be really mature about it and see what the author really intended to do. Because it touches the topic of caste, religion, those kind of things. I'm sure there are a group of people who might not feel that everything is represented correctly. I am not looking at it as something that talks about historical facts. I'm approaching it more like a historical fiction, or more like a mythology, and putting that aside, putting the accuracy aspect aside, I am enjoying the book. I mean, I might not like it as much as I like the Immortals of Meluha series, but so far I'm enjoying the book, and I'm hoping to see this action-driven, patriotic read towards the end. Amish is known to be a devotee of Shiva, and that is reflected quite a lot in his writings. So the next book that I might read is Hair Eye by Aaron D. Key. This is a science fiction fantasy sort of book. In this book, we follow a character named Hera, who is this naive young adult. There are two parallel realities, and in both these worlds, Hera is an important part. I think from the blurb, what I get is Hera is like the Neo in both these alternate realities because his presence affects both these worlds. There are two cities in this alternate reality, and one is an underground stone city. They believe that the people outside the underworld are savages, but I haven't made an attempt to know more about the book because I won't be surprised by the story. Getting back to the story, in the alternate reality, Hera is navigating the outside and he is trying to save this other reality, this city in which he belongs. And then the Hera in the underworld is attacked. So there is an all-powerful being that watches over them both. And now we have to find what this attack on Hera means. So I think basically the book is a kind of a matrix situation, but with parallel realities instead of a matrix. That is what I am thinking, and I am really excited to know more about this book. So that is basically my weekly reading update. I am hoping that I would complete Suhail Dev by today, and then I will be able to start Hera tomorrow and probably finish it in the upcoming week. As I said, work is getting hectic, so I'm having lesser and lesser time to read. But anyway, overall, I'm happy with the month, with how much I have covered throughout the month. I've already covered 4 books in the month, which is a lot, given that I always say my average is 5, but it has become 7 during the lockdown. But I think it is going back to 5 or 6 because now I'm working, but still it's better than from before. That is all I have for this week. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.